there, my name is Steve Rennie. I am the Ren Baron, and this is my Ren Baron Learning to Fly YouTube channel. Well, as you know, it's been a while since I posted, and I've been inspired a little bit lately to start getting back in the plane, virtually speaking, on my Cirrus cockpit from the fine folks at Real Sim Gear. Today, I thought it would be fun to do something in the simulator that's more difficult to practice in the real world. I think the one thing that's on everybody's mind when you first start flying is what would happen if you were flying along and your engine went out. Well, the first thing I can say, having flown a bit now, is that if my engine ever does go out, I want to be as high up in the air as I possibly can. And the reason is simple. That time, that height, that altitude gets you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit more time to think. So anyway, without much practice, a rusty pilot for sure, I decided to take the plane up to 25,000 feet virtually on a little flight to Palm Springs, and then just pull the power out and see if I could find a place to land. So come along for the ride and see how I do. Okay, so imagine you're flying along at 25,000 feet and something crazy happens. All of a sudden, your engine goes out, and what are you going to do? Here's what it looks like. That's how far you got to the ground. We're flying over the desert here on the way out to Palm Springs, California. In fact, we're flying over some mountains here. So let's just see how far we can go when that engine goes out, and see how long we've got to pull this together. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the mixture back. Power is now out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to go indicated airspeed 92 knots. I'm going to leave it on autopilot. There's my 92 knots, which is my best glide speed. We've hit the... Here, now let's see how long it's going to take us to get to the ground. Okay? Okay, the first thing you're going to notice here is that with autopilot on and indicated airspeed set at 92 knots, we're at our glide speed here. Now, we've got some time here to go ahead and look for some airports here. We're at 25,000 feet here. We can go down here. We've got lots of runways, lots of places to go to, Hemet and so forth and so on. So let's just play this out and see how long we're going to go. Now, by now I'm on the radio calling Mayday, Mayday. I'm at 25,000 feet. At 1,000 feet, and we're actually descending at about 1,650 feet a minute right now. Now it's edging back to 1,550. And I'm going to go in edge it up to 91, 90 knots, which should pitch this thing up a little bit and slow down our rate of descent. We're 5.8 miles. We've got all kinds of airports in the neighborhood here, as you can see. We've got Palm Springs International ahead. We've got Banning. We got Riverside. We got Hemet. We got Chino at 25 miles. So let's just kind of figure out, where is Chino? Chino is in the rear view mirror. Okay. and we've got Riverside right before us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this thing play out and see how many miles we've gone. Now at 1,400 feet a minute, and it's almost 20 minutes before we hit the ground. Now I'm going to play with this because it's a simulator and see if I can get that descent rate to about 1,000 feet a minute. So I'm setting the flight level change at 86 knots, which you can see right here. Just look below. That's what we're looking at below. We're coming close to some mountains here. So I'm going to go sync up our heading. I'm going to put this in heading mode, and I'm going to head for some flatter ground here. Now I've adjusted the best. There's 1,000 feet a minute. And that's 83 knots, not 92. Now, my true airspeed over the ground is still 109 knots. And it looks like we're heading toward Banning right now. There's Banning, which is 17 miles. So let's go to direct enter nav and go for Banning. Well, I hit the wrong one. I hit Hammett. Let's go back to the flight plan here. The nearest. Direct enter. What Banning is what we want. Let's go back to heading again. Go heading mode. Stall. We're going to go into the stall mode. Okay. So let's get that thing down to 92 knots. Okay, so we kind of were getting into a stall situation there. Go back to the nearest. Let's go scroll down to Banning again. That's 029 is our heading. So let's go put in 029. And now we are definitely heading for Banning. Put in K, B, N, G, enter. And now let's go up to our flight plan and go direct, enter, nav. Back to the flight plan. Let's clear that. Well, we've lost something here. There we are. 13,000 feet to Banning. Okay, so now let's go back to our nearest airports here. Scroll back down to Banning here. Ontario. All right, so let's go back to heading mode. Let's go kick it a little left. Banning is, we want to line up on Banning. The limbo to Banning is our there we are. So let's keep coming left. We're at 10,000 feet. Now it should intercept limbo to Banning here. Oh, 0826. So we're just going to take 08. Let's check the weather. We're going to be landing with the wind a little bit. How long is the runway there? The runway is 5,000 feet. We've got a freeway out in front of us. I think we're going to go a little bit further to the left here. All right, so you can see what I'm trying to do. I've got to set up a GPS that should intercept that line before we get to Banning. 9,000 feet is a little high. $8,700 feet. Banning is, how high is Banning? Elevation is 2,200. So I got 6,000 feet to go to get to Banning. I think I'm going to go start heading a little bit closer to Banning here now. So I got 5,000 feet now to get to Banning. 1,000 feet a minute. I think I see it there. We've got 4,700 feet to Banning.
Okay, now it's making the turn to Banning here. There's the airport. We're going to make it there. We got 3,000 feet to go. We got 3.8 miles. There's the airport in sight. We got 3.5 miles. I'm going to take it off of autopilot. Actually, I'm going to pitch it down now. Take it off of autopilot. Now I'm going to fly the plane in here. .7 miles. We got to drop 2,000 feet here. Okay, now I'm going to hit some flaps here. Okay, I think I got this one made here. Yeah, we made it. All right, there you have it. Safe landing at Banning.
Now